El Cerrito in Plainfield is the area's leading Mexican restaurant, serving Plainfield, Indy, and Avon since 2013. They specialize in Mexican food, guacamole, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, tacos, cheese dip, fried ice cream, and much more. For all your Mexican food needs, visit El Cerrito in Plainfield. Impact Restoration, your hometown restoration company for all of your fire, flood, wind, and hail damage repair needs. Call 268-6375 for more information. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dan Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in-home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebra fish and all cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. Raymond's Alignment Service, Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair since 1995. 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield. Their phone number is 838-7112. Stoops Buick and GMC in Plainfield, where doing business is simply awesome. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes, remodeling, and insurance repairs while exceeding clients' expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Call 839-8353 for more information. Wings, etc. Great wings? Sure. But wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop by our location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger. You'll get a great big taste of what the etc. in Wings Etc. is all about. Or call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today.
Well, hello and welcome to the campus of Plainfield High School in Plainfield, Indiana, for the second half of tonight's doubleheader. Just a few minutes ago, we concluded the girls' varsity game in which your Lady Quakers, the 9th-ranked team in the state, destroyed the visiting Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 66-18 on Senior Day, the final home game of both Kaya Farrell and Kendall Spears. And now the boys' teams for the respective schools are getting ready to play. Your Plainfield Quakers enter the game with a record of 3-11 and on a 3-game losing streak. And their opponents, the Decatur Central Hawks, come into the game at 7-9. We have a big crowd here today, probably in the neighborhood of 1,000 people here in the gym. Certainly helped by this special double-header boys-girls event. One of 3 they've had this year. They had one on Thanksgiving Eve and another also on December 4th against Avon and Whiteland, respectively. And now this is another good night to do it. Not only was it the last girls' regular season game of the season before they head into next week's sectional, but also these two schools are not only conference rivals but natural geographic rivals, located only 8 minutes apart. Decatur Central, they're on the west side, the southwest side of Indianapolis on Kentucky Avenue. So let's get a look at the starting lineups for tonight. First of all, for your Decatur Central Hawks, starting at one forward position, Max Kurkowski, he's the team's leading scorer and rebounder with 16 points and 8 rebounds a game. Then also we have also up front at center, we have Connor Brins. He's a 6'11 junior. Then we round out the starting lineup with 3 guards. Number 11, Tyler West. He's a 6'2 junior. Keegan Motter, 5'11 senior. And finally, Jarrett Hufford, 5'9 junior. Starting for the visiting Decatur Central Hawks, we have 3 guards and 2 forwards. At guard, we have Antoine Devine. He's unquestionably the star of the team, averaging 19 points a game. He is a 6-foot senior. and a very strong college prospect, should be playing with a Division I school a year from now. Then also at number 24, Gary Wright, a 6'3" junior. Then rounding out the guards, we have Damani McIntyre, a 6'2" sophomore. And then the two forwards, we have Curry Williams, a 6'2" sophomore. And finally, Matt McGovern, a 6'4" senior. So overall, the Hawks start two seniors and two seniors, two sophomores, and one junior. So now we have 1:32 to go here on the pregame clock. We have the teams out here warming up. The crowd is really into it. We had, about as raucous a crowd as I've ever seen here at Plainfield. They were very much into the opener, in which the Lady Quakers, after a relatively even first 4 minutes of the first quarter, just opened it up and rolled over the visiting Hawks. The halftime score was 42-3 before the Hawks got a little bit of offensive going in the late going. And now we've got the teams headed, both teams headed over to the benches for some final instructions from their coaches before we announce the starting lineups. 41 seconds to go here. And so anyway, I also like to encourage all of you to get out to Brownsburg next Tuesday night specifically for the first round of the sectional, as the 9th-ranked Lady Quakers will challenge the 17-5 Mooresville Pioneers in the first round of the sectional. A week ago tonight, they played a pretty close game with Plainfield getting a 54-44 win and trying to keep that winning streak going to set up a showdown, which would be, I believe, a week from tonight against the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who beat the Lady Quakers by 1 point, 52-51 in the county championship game about 3 weeks ago. And, so now the Lady Quakers will be aiming at sweet revenge for that one. Certainly won't be taking the game lightly. They didn't take Decatur Central lightly, so certainly they won't take Brownsburg lightly. So at that, we will pause for the national anthem. Well, thank you to the Plainfield Show Choir for that lovely rendition of the national anthem. And now the teams go back to take some final instructions from their head coaches. Plainfield's head coach is Andy Weaver. He is in his 4th season with the Quakers. And he started off with a 1-20 season 3 years ago. They've steadily improved since then, although he regressed a little bit this year. His record is 19-60 in his 4th year at the school. He's 245 and 236 in his 22nd season overall. Meanwhile, Decatur Central Decatur Central's head coach is John Ashworth. He's in his first head coaching season, not only with Decatur Central but also overall. So now you have the starting lineups about to be introduced. We have an unusually large visiting crowd here tonight, as this was a special boys-girls doubleheader. And like I said, these two schools only eight minutes apart. I've been, commentating this rivalry for the last 4 years, not only in basketball, but also in football, baseball, and softball. No, not softball, excuse me. Yeah, football, baseball, boys basketball. Yeah, football, baseball, boys basketball, girls basketball. So certainly it's a great rivalry. These two teams also play in the Mid-State Conference together, so they play each other often, probably over a dozen times a year in all sports combined. And so now as the pep band finishes up the Land of a Thousand Dances, we have Max Kurkowski set to jump against Matt McGowan. Kurkowski at 6'7", McGowan at 6'4". No, I'm sorry, that's Damani McIntyre, excuse me, who's 6'2". So Kurkowski tips it over, and Decatur Central starts off. Hufford will bring it up, 7:55 to go, no score. So now we've got Brins with the ball in the right perimeter. He drives to the baseline, puts it inside to Kurkowski. But it's stolen away there by McIntyre. He brings it down to the other end, then pulls it back out, gives it to McGowan. Back to Antoine Devine, the team's leading scorer. He's the one they want to watch out for. He can score from anywhere on the floor. He's a pretty good three-point shooter and very fast player. But there's a miscommunication there with Devine and Williams, and the ball goes out of bounds to Plainfield. 7:23 to go, first quarter, no score. Once again, the Plainfield girls won the opener 66-18 over Decatur Central. Now the respective boys teams are playing. Brins now at the right perimeter, back to Motter. Takes it, drives inside, thinks about putting it up, then goes over to Hufford, back to Brins. They're over to West, puts up a three and he hits it. So very good start. Plainfield has struggled with slow starts all year long. They need to get some offense going early tonight.
Yeah, as you said, Leck, Plainfield's played from behind a lot this year. Nice to get out to a quick lead.
Yes, definitely. So now Curie Williams with the ball over to McIntyre, over to McGowan, over to Devine at the right perimeter. Back to McGowan down at the right corner. He dribbles, showing good ball handling skills for a big guy. Back to Devine. Now three-pointer there from the left perimeter. No good. Rebound by Brins. And now gives it over to Motter, who brings it up. Over to Kurkowski, who drives to the basket. No foul. Brins puts it up and in, though. So 5-0 lead after that lay-in there by Brins. 6:08 to go, first quarter. Plainfield off to a good start, trying to keep the momentum going. On the other end, Williams with the ball over to Devine. He's the one they got to watch out for the most. Now three-pointer, no good. McGowan tips it up, no good. And Kurkowski comes with the rebound, gives it to Motter, who will now bring it up slowly. So 2 minutes and 17 seconds gone in the first quarter, 5-0 lead. Brins with the ball now over to Motter, inside to Kurkowski. Pump fakes, then puts it up and in. So 7-0 lead early by Plainfield. Excellent sign. I don't think the Quakers have had a start like this all season, at least not in the home games, which all of which we've covered. So now drive to the basket, draws the foul there by Gary Wright, 6'3" junior. It's ironic we've talking about classic rock earlier, and now we've got a guy named Gary Wright in the game. So
yeah, he was he had a couple of hits, didn't he?
Yeah, Dreamweaver. Yeah, and My Love Is Alive.
That's right, My Love Is Alive. That was the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
Dreamweaver was the big one, but
yeah.
Having worked for numerous classic rock incarnations over the years, I knew I should know that.
So Gary Wright hits both free throws to lead 7-2. Those were the first Decatur Central points of the game. So now Brins with the ball, brings it, past midcourt, gives it back to Motter near the center court line. Plainfield, off to a very promising start. Gives it now over to Brins, posts up, Now the ball knocked away and off the shoe of, I thought it was kicked there, but now struggle for a loose ball, and it's a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Decatur Central. 4:56 to go. 7-2 lead for Plainfield. Quakers enter the game having lost 8 of their last 9 after the 2-3 start. That included 2 games that they should have won, the first 2 games against Avon and Whiteland. So now Antoine Devine brings it up. He's a very dangerous scorer. So he has the ball guarded there by Motter. Now pitches over to Bryce Jefferson, newly into the game. Now it's back to Williams. Takes it around over to now shot fake there by Devine. Gives it up to Wright. Now 3-pointer there, no good by Bryce Jefferson, and now the ball's knocked out of bounds to Plainfield. They lead 7-2, 4:20 to go, first quarter. I think this is the 7-0 start is the best start of the season for the Quakers. I remember a couple of games ago they started off 4-0, and I thought that was quite remarkable the way they've normally started games this year. So now 3-pointer from just inside the top of the – 2-pointer just inside the 3-point line by Motter. So Motter with his first points of the game. 4 of the 5 Quaker starters have scored. They lead 9-2. So now Jefferson with the ball over to Devine. Over to Wright. Now a 3-pointer there by McGowan. No good off the rim. Rebound to Brins. Gives it up to Hufford. 3:40 to go. Jared Hufford, 5'9" junior. Gives it up, inside to Brins. Wide open, puts it up and in. So Connor Brins with 4 points to lead the Quakers. Now we got a timeout. So 3:29 to go here in the first quarter. Your Plainfield Quakers looking as good as they looked all season. They lead the visiting Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 11-2.
Yeah, boy, that's about the best start, as you said, like we've seen all year from this Plainfield squad, staking claim to a 9-point lead with 3:29 left to play in the first.
Yes, definitely. So certainly, the Hawks trying to get, the Quakers trying to get some momentum going into the rest of the season. They've had, a couple of losses that they should have won, as well as some games where they lost, fairly handily. But overall, they're only being outscored by an average of 4 points a game on the season. So they just need to figure out a way to, to close out games, get on the winning end, and, and start strong. So anyway, now we've got bringing it up for the Quakers for the Hawks newly into the game. We've got Tyrone Tracy, also a very promising member of the football team who I've had the pleasure of calling the last couple of years. So Devine with the ball. Gives it to Wright. Short hook shot, no good. But and Jefferson puts it back up, no good. Now thrown down court, but it's intercepted by Jefferson. And by Devine, who gives it to Jefferson, who lays it in easily. So Bryce Jefferson with 2 points, now cutting the lead to 11-4. Now on the other end, we've got a 3-pointer there by Motter, who swishes it. So Keegan Motter with a team high 5, game high tying 5, and it's 14-4. So now on the other end, we've got Tracy drives to the basket. Tyrone Tracy, very promising running back for Decatur Central. One of the latest in the long line of offensive stars to play for Coach Justin Dixon there. So now shooting the free throws here, we've got Tyrone Tracy. And his first free throw is up, and it is good. So now 2:29 to go, 14-5 in favor of Plainfield. We got Luke Goley now into the game. Max Skrzykowski taking a break now, as is Tyler West. Also into the game, as the second free throw is no good. So on the other end now, we've got Gavin Ritter with the ball, wide receiver for the football team. And also Bryson Ellis into the game now as well. So a lot of substitutions early on by both teams. 2:12 to go the first quarter. Now inside to Brins, and we've got a whistle here with 2:09 to go. Plainfield with a 14-5 lead. They jumped up to a 7-0 lead, and they've maintained control of the game. So trying to keep that going. Taking some inspiration also from the way that and now inside the Brins from Ritter. He lays it in. So Connor Brins, very fast start here. He has a game-high 6. 16-5 your score, 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen the sort of fire from Plainfield for much of the season, much less at the opening minutes of the ball game, and Andy Weaver's got to be very pleased about that.
Yeah, definitely. They're showing, and now we've got a offensive foul there against Decatur Central. So Plainfield, and again, this is not a marquee team, but Decatur Central enters the game at 7-9. It's a conference rival, geographic rival, and Plainfield, has they've been beaten by quite a few mediocre teams this year. So, certainly, if they get a win today, it will be big to help to send a signal that this program is turning a corner. So now we've got a goalie with the ball on the left perimeter, back to Motter inside to Brins. Then three-pointer now there and he hits it.
Great shot that time by Motter, getting a set, wide open, and a great pass and shot for 3.
8 points now by Keegan Motter in the first quarter, a game high, 1:10 to go, and a 19-5 lead in favor of Decatur Central. So now Jefferson gives the ball over to McIntyre, drives under intense pressure, puts it up, and I think he draws the foul, and he hits it. Yes, it's going to count. So opportunity for a 3-point play there by McIntyre.
It's a big momentum booster for Decatur Central. Kind of had their backs up against the wall early. We're down by 14, and a chance to complete the 3-point play.
Yeah, we saw several of those 3-point plays in the girls' game, and now we got a chance for the first one here tonight in the boys' game. At the line, it's Damani McIntyre. He's a 6'2 sophomore. They're going to be looking for big things from him over the next couple of years, and he hits the free throw.
So let's see. You got West, Kurkowski, Gully, Hufford, and Brins on the floor right now for Plainfield.
So good to see Kurkowski back. But, all year long, they've had, and like I was saying the other night when I was with Brian Scott, and now it's sloppy pass, though, through the arm from Brins to Gully. Goes through Gully's hands, out of bounds to Decatur Central. But like I was saying the other night when I was with Brian Scott here, all season long the Quakers just have they and now we hold that thought now as we have a near steal there. Then we got a wide open 3-pointer there, and he hits it there. So that's Cameron Buck with his first points of the game.
Well, one of the things Plainfield has had happen to them many times this year is teams going on long runs, and now a 6-0 run for the Decatur Central Hawks in just a matter of a few seconds.
Yeah, 25 seconds to go. The Quakers can hold the ball for the last shot. Motter with the ball now near now he drives, gives it to Brins. Dribbles briefly, then he pitches back, 13 seconds to go. Hufford has it now to goalie near the midcourt line, inside the circle. Now back over to Brins with the right perimeter, 7 seconds left. Over to, now is stolen there by Tracy, and long shot just inside half court, no good at the buzzer. So your Plainfield Quakers in the first quarter with a 8-point lead, but the Decatur Central Hawks have scored the last 6 points of the game to start to get some momentum going here.
Yeah, Decatur Central comes clawing back. They're down by 14, really had their backs up against the wall, able to reel off 6 straight points in the first quarter of play, and still just down 8 as both teams head to the bench.
Yeah, and another encouraging thing, no points yet for encouraging from a Decatur Central standpoint, no points yet from Antoine Devine, their star player. So if they're only down by 8 with the Devine being scoreless, imagine if he goes on another one of his 20-25 point runs that he's known for. So anyway, teams now, the Decatur Central now about to break huddle, as is Plainfield. So now starting the quarter for the Quakers, we've got Brins, Kurkowski, Hufford, West, and Motter, the starting 5. And for Decatur Central, let's see, we've got Cameron Buck, and hold that thought. So now Motter brings it up to start the half. And now a near steal there by Tracy, and back to Brins near midcourt. And now you do have a steal there, and it's going to be a layup easily made there by Cameron Buck. They might want to think about getting a timeout here because that's an 8-0 run there by Decatur Central to cut the lead from 14 to 6. So now Brins with the ball over to Motter, over to Hufford. Fakes the three, drives in, puts up a underhanded shot, and he hits it.
Nice move that time by Jared to get it in there, and Plainfield really needed that.
Yeah, breaking an 8-0 run by Decatur Central. That now all 5 starters have scored for Plainfield now. So now Buck now drives to the basket, puts it up over Hufford, and he swishes it. So Cameron Buck, 7 quick points off the bench, a 10-2 run for Decatur Central, cutting the lead to 6 with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Hufford bringing up the ball now, double teaming, and it's stripped away there by Devine, who lays it up. No good. Rebound by Brins. I think Decatur Central wanted a foul but didn't get one. So now Motter on the other end. Now another near steal. Boy, Decatur Central, they've got great speed, and they are just playing tough as nails defense to try to get back in this one. So 21-15 your score here. 6:44 to go here in the second quarter at Plainfield. Your Quakers, they've led by as many as 14. Now it's down to 6, though. So West inside to Kurkowski. Turnaround jumper. No good. Brins goes for the rebound, but tips it out of bounds. Tips it out of bounds to Decatur Central. 6:38 to go now.
Well, they've chipped away at it. They've got it down to 6 now, and really seems like anytime the pace gets super fast, that tends to benefit Decatur Central.
Yeah, they have exceptional speed, just like they do in football as well. It's a very athletic school down there. So now Tracy with the ball over to Devine, who hits his first. Boy, that's something you got to be concerned about. That's Devine's first points of the game, a 3. He's the leading scorer with 19 a game. So you know he's the type of guy who can you get him on a roll and he can break you really fast. So Weaver takes a timeout with Decatur Central on a 13-2 run.
Yeah, 6:06 to play in the first half, and the lead is now down to 3. It was 14 at one point. And again, as we said, this has been a trend for Plainfield throughout the course of the year, where they get they put together some good minutes as they did to start the game, and then some big runs from the other team ultimately do them in.
Yeah, and this Decatur Central team, unlike a lot of Plainfield's opponents this year, has not as good sizes. Their size isn't as good as Plainfield's, but it's a lot better than a lot of the Quaker opponents this season. You got McGowan at 6'4", Wright at 6'3", McIntyre at 6'2". So they're a much more athletic team than Plainfield. So definitely there are some potential matchup problems. So now Motter inbounds to Hufford as McIntyre went for the steal there. Now jumper there up and no good. Tipped and nice save there by Hufford. Gets it inside to Kurkowski, who lays it in.
What a hustle play by Hufford that time.
Yeah.
Slapping the ball back to Kurkowski as he was falling out of bounds, and an easy 2 for Plainfield.
Kurkowski with 4 points now, and the crowd chanting defense, defense. So now Devine with the ball, double teamed now. Now passes over to Wright, over to Jefferson, back to Devine, takes it down to the left baseline, down in the corner. Patches inside to Wright, nearly stripped away, but Wright maintains control. Now it gives over to Jefferson, who drives, puts up a layup, blocked out of bounds by Kurkowski. So it will be Decatur Central ball, 5:15 to go, 23-18 lead for the Quakers. The girls, 9th-ranked team in the state, won the opener 66-18 by 48 points. You heard that correctly. So now three-pointer there from the corner, and it's good there for Devine. So he certainly scored 6 points after none in the first. All of his points have come on three-pointers. The lead was 14 at one point. Now it's 2. A 16-4 run for Decatur Central. Their fans are starting to get into it. And now we got a steal there by, and it's now laid in there by Devine. So quick, 8 quick points by Devine to tie it. Coming off of the steal by McIntyre. So things starting to fall apart by Plainfield. It's still tied, so they're not out of it, but they've got to break this momentum.
Yeah, and really the only basket they've had during this stretch was the great hustle play by Hufford that ended up finding Kurkowski under the basket.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So now West with the ball over to Motter. Thinks about the three. We got a steal there now by McIntyre. He puts it up. It's blocked, but they're going to – and now we got an injury here. A Plainfield player is down. Is that Kurkowski?
No, that's Brenz. He's
that's
fine.
Brenz, okay.
He'll get up. He just fell. I think he fell on his side when he went down.
Oh, he's limping. He's walking off the court in his own power, but he is visibly limping. Hopefully it's not serious. I'm not sure if he's going to sit down. Yeah, he's going to sit down.
So Decatur Central looks like a completely different team right now, Lek.
Yeah, and especially since Devine started heating up, and now they almost took their first lead, but that 3 or 4 bounces and then that free throw there.
And the scoreboard just went out.
On one end, that one's still working.
There we go.
Okay, the other one's restored now. But, Damani McIntyre missed the front end of the 2 shots following that foul there. His second one is up and also no good, so the Hawks still have never led in this game.
And a foul on the rebound.
So now we have that's going to go on right. So now we've got Gavin Ritter inbounding the ball, 4:10 to go. Decatur Central, Plainfield led 19-5. Now it's 23-23. A sloppy pass there, stolen there, and nice behind the back dribble there by Tracy, who puts it up, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, it's just an unforced error by Plainfield that time. Kurkowski trying to throw the ball across the court.
Yeah.
And the defender easily picking that pass off.
Very, very sloppy pass. Just like, we saw plenty of from the Decatur Central girls earlier tonight in their 48-point loss. So now, last time at the line, Damani McIntyre missed 2 that would have put the Hawks in the lead. Now Tracy trying to give them their first lead of the game. His first one is up, and it is good. So the Hawks do take that first lead, 26-25. 24-23. They're on a 19-4 run.
Yeah, really deflating if you're Plainfield to have had that big advantage and be unable to see it. Well, you're seeing it all go away and miss the free throw and nearly grab the rebound.
So Tracy 2 for 4 of the line on the game now. Quakers trail now for the first time all game. And, yeah, you're right, deflating to have that kind of a lead and lose it, So now goalie with the ball, double-teamed. Kurkowski now double-teamed on the baseline. Out to Hufford, who puts up a 3. No good. And let's see. So Tracy gets the rebound. Tracy, only 5'11", sophomore, but he's not afraid to get in there and go for the rebound. So now inside to right, and they're going to get, I believe, Hufford for a reach-in. 3:25 to go. That is Hufford's first foul on the game. So now inbounds the ball. We got Cameron Buck. I believe he plays for the football team too. So anyway, inside there to Devine, who passes out to McGowan, but we've got a whistle. So it's going to be against Ritter. That's his first of the game, team 7th. So now Antoine Devine will be going to the free throw line. So I'll be watching for his college plans. Very, very, very swift, sharp shooting guard. If he were 3 or 4 inches taller, he'd probably be a major conference prospect, but a major college prospect. But even at 6 feet, he should get some solid interest. So now Devine on the free throw is up and good, hitting the front end of a 1-and-1. So I said, you got to feel good if you're Decatur Central to be down only by 8 with Devine being scoreless in the first quarter. Now he scored 10 here in the second. 26-23 your score. Decatur Central with their biggest lead of the game. Goalie bringing it down. Takes it in on 2 players, and they get him for a charge. Things coming apart at the seams for Plainfield.
Yeah, they've lost 17 points since that big lead of 14, and they're down 3, 26-23 with 3:11 to play in the first half.
Yeah, it's a 21-4 run. So Devine brings it up, 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. The Hawks have all the momentum. And, look at on the flip side, what a big momentum swing this would be for Decatur Central, a confidence builder, knowing they can come back there as we get a 3-pointer there by Khari Williams, his first points of the game. A 6-point lead now, so it's been a 24-4 run since it was that 19-5 lead.
20-point turnaround, Leck. 3 ball from Kurkowski is good. Boy, they really needed that. That'll cut the lead to 3. Nice shot by Max.
Yeah, so it cuts 7 points for Kurkowski now. And now we got a... Let's see. Did they get somebody for a travel? I think they're chanting, "You can't do that, you can't do that."
Yes, they're letting the player know he could not travel with the ball.
Okay.
Very helpful by the Plainfield student section.
Yes, indeed. So now Motter with the ball and driving into the lane, floater, no good. Rebound by McGowan, and we got a foul. I think they're going to get Motter on a reach in here. So we'll have McGowan going to the line for a one-on-one. McGowan is the light. It's going to be on Motter. McGowan, the last Plainfield starter. Actually, the last starter for either team who has not scored yet in this game. And he hit it. I'm not sure if McGowan plays for the football team or not, but, if not, he should. He's 6'4", and, they don't list his weight, but I'd say probably in the neighborhood of 250 or so as he hits both of them.
Yeah, lead back up to 5 now, 31-26 in favor of Decatur Central.
2:20 to go. So now Motter with the ball over to Kurkowski, fakes a 3, drives in, and he draws the foul there on McGowan. 2:09 to go. Plainfield trying to keep this game from slipping away. They were up by 14, then fell down by 6. Now it's 5. Kurkowski now inbounding under the basket. That was McGowan's first foul. Inbounds to Brins. Out to Hufford. Now inside to and we got a foul there. I think they're going to get Williams on a reach in there on Brins. So that's Williams' first foul, and now we're going to have inbounds there under the basket. Inside to Kurkowski. Missed a short-range shot, and now Devine bringing it back, and he's fouled there by Hufford. So suddenly a whole flurry of fouls. So now Devine will be going to the line. He has 10 points all in this quarter. He leads all scorers in this game so far. Free throw is up, and it is no good off the back of the rim. So, Decatur Central, I haven't seen their free throw percentage for this game. I'd say they've missed about half their free throws. If they had, done better from the free throw line, they could have a 10, 12-point lead by now. And Plainfield would really be in a hole as Devine hits the second one, giving him 11 on the game, leading all scorers. Now Devine getting a much-earned rest. Could be out for the rest of the half. We'll see. 1:56 to go. 6-point Decatur Central lead. Motter brings it up for the Quakers. Brins, West. And now a three-pointer uncontested there. And that's good by Kurkowski.
Yeah, Max Kurkowski again nailing the 3. Max has responded several times.
Yeah.
When Plainfield was in need.
Yeah, including that great assist from Hufford earlier on. So, 8 of his 10 points have come when they really needed it. Now missed a layup there, and Kurkowski gets the rebound, pitches it up to Bryce Crawford, playing for the first time tonight. Back to Brins, over to Kurkowski, another 3. He hit it, and we're tied. Max Kurkowski has 13 to lead all scorers, and he's really helped the Quakers get back in it. So after falling down by 6, we're all even here. And now running jumper there, running floater, no good there by Cameron Buck. So now Bryce Crawford has the ball, 51 seconds to go. Plainfield probably isn't thinking last shot this early, but it might not be a bad idea at this point after what they came back from to tie it. 43 seconds to go now. Crawford with the ball near the mid-second line. He drives up to the top of the key. Now puts up a jumper from about the free throw line, and he hits it. So Crawford giving Plainfield their first bench points, and they take the lead for about the first time since midway through the quarter. 34-32, 25 seconds to go. So it looks like Decatur Central might be thinking about holding for the last shot. They've got now Damani McIntyre with the ball. 11 seconds to go now. 9 seconds. He gives it now over to Buck. 6 seconds to go. And he turns around, and now a three-pointer up and no good. 1 second left. Brins throws, but not even close. So we head to the locker room here. It's been an up-and-down first half. Plainfield had a 14-point lead, then a 6-point deficit. But they head to the locker room leading by 2. Your score, Plainfield 34, Decatur Central 32 here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
El Cerrito in Plainfield is the area's leading Mexican restaurant, serving Plainfield, Indy, and Avon since 2013. They specialize in Mexican food, guacamole, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, tacos, cheese dip, fried ice cream, and much more. For all your Mexican food needs, visit El Cerrito in Plainfield. Impact Restoration, your hometown restoration company for all of your fire, flood, wind, and hail damage repair needs. Call 268-6375 for more information. It's time for Plainfield basketball on audiosportsonline.com. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Prestwick Pet Sitters, Raymond's Alignment Service, Wings Etc., Impact Restoration, Wicker Construction, El Cerrito, and Stoops Buick and GMC in Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dan Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in-home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebra fish and all cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. Raymond's Alignment Service, Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair since 1995. 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield. Their phone number is 838-7112. Stoops Buick and GMC in Plainfield, where doing business is simply awesome. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes, remodeling, and insurance repairs while exceeding clients' expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Call 839-8353 for more information. Wings Etc. Great wings? Sure. But wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop by our location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger. You'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. in Wings Etc. is all about. Or call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today.
And Rob Kendall back here from Plainfield High School. Lex Zorn will join me again momentarily. Right now the Quakers lead it by 2 over the Hawks of Decatur Central by a score of 34-32. The Quakers led by as many as 14 in the game and then trailed by, I believe, as many as 6. So it was really a tale of 2 first halves, but at the end of the day, Plainfield leading it by 2 as the students are out on the floor shooting hoops to raise money for the Plainfield Athletic Department. And rolling along here through our halftime show, Leck will join us again momentarily here on audiosportsonline.com. And with that, Leck does join us again. Leck, hello?
Thanks. I just had, my throat was killing me, so I had to go get something to drink. So thanks for holding down the fort for me. So anyway, wow, what a game. It's been a wild and woolly game of wild momentum swings. At the end of the first quarter, Plainfield, let me back up. Plainfield jumped out to a 19-5 lead. However, Decatur Central scored the last 6 points of the quarter to make it 19-11. And then ended up taking a lead by the score of 29-23 before a late run by Plainfield put the Quakers back in front at the half by a score of 34-32. The second half margin overall was 21-13. Let me start over. The second half margin was 21-15 in favor of Decatur Central. Certainly sharp contrast from the opener of this doubleheader, in which the girls team, the Lady Quakers, 9th-ranked team in the state, absolutely destroyed the Lady Hawks by a score of 66-18, and it wasn't even that close. It was 42-3 at the half. So anyway, a much more competitive game here. But nevertheless, it was great to see the Lady Quaker seniors, Kaya Farrell and Kendall Spears, in the game, in their home careers in style with such a big victory heading into next week's tournament. But as for this game here, let's look at the individual scoring. First of all, for your Plainfield Quakers, Max Skirkowski, of course, leads the way with 13, followed by Keegan Motter with 8, Connor Brins with 6, Tyler West with 3, Jarrett Hufford with 2, and Bryce Crawford with 2. And for the Decatur Central Hawks, Antoine Devine, their leading scorer in the season with 19 a game, has 11 tonight, all in the second quarter. Then we have Connor Buck with 7, Damani McIntyre with 3, Curry Williams with 3, Gary Wright with 2, Matt McGovern with 2, Bryce Jefferson with 2, and Tyrone Tracy with 2. So anyway, with 3:43 to go here in the second half, let's take a look to see what's going to happen next week in the girls sectional, in which the Lady Quakers are involved. Let me pull up the schedule here. I think the page accidentally got shut down. But anyway, out at Brownsburg on Tuesday night in the first round of the 16 sectional, your Lady Quakers, the 9th-ranked team in the state, will play the Mooresville Pioneers, a very formidable opponent with a record of 17-5. Gave the Lady Quakers a tough game last week, falling by only 10, 54-44. And, it's really, Plainfield certainly should have the inside track on winning the sectional, but obviously you can never be overconfident, but I don't think they will be. They came in tonight as if they were playing the number one team in the state. They took Decatur Central that seriously. And Decatur Central, certainly they're a rebuilding project, not a very good team, but they're not an awful team. They have won 6 games on the season, and they came in averaging 36. They were held to half their average. And I think had Plainfield kept their starters in, they could have, kept the Lady Hawks in double digits the whole way. So it was, just a world-class effort with almost no mistakes made by the Lady Quakers as the teams return to the floor here. But anyway, you'll have it. If you do go out to Brownsburg on a Tuesday, you'll be treated a doubleheader. The first game will be Plainfield versus Mooresville, and then in the second half, you're going to have Terre Haute North against Avon. Avon 4-18, Terre Haute North 12-19. 12-9. And then the winner of the Plainfield game on Friday, again in the first half of a doubleheader, will play Brownsburg, who comes into the sectional at 16-6, and then the Avon Terre Haute North Center. The Avon Terre Haute North winner will play against Terre Haute South, who enters the tournament at 11-11. And then, of course, the two semifinal winners will play Saturday at 7:30 for the sectional championship. So get out there, support the Lady Quakers. They're an awesome team. And assuming they beat Mooresville, you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but certainly it's a good chance. And if they do beat Mooresville, then they'll get a chance to get a little sweet revenge against Brownsburg, who ruined the in the championship game of the Hendricks County tournament. Ruined the Lady Quakers' bid for a perfect season. Plainfield entered the game at 18-0, ranked 5th in the state. They lost to the Lady Bulldogs 52-51. So she can bet that Plainfield will go into that game running on all cylinders. And now, as the final 17 seconds tick off the clock for halftime, we hear Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. You know, when I was in high school, or when I was in junior high, Ozzy Osbourne was who you bought an album by if you wanted to horrify your parents. So he's sort of moved into respectability now as he's gotten older. Man, I never would have believed he would have lived to be 67. I hope my DNA is as good as his is. If it is, I should live to be at least 200. So anyway, so now as we start the clock here, we've got Tyrone Tracy bringing it up, handling the basketball as well as he handles the football for the Hawks. So now Antoine Devine shot fakes, drives in, awesome penetrating move, but a little too much strength of it. Kurkowski the rebound, pitches it up to West, puts it up, and he hits it and he's fouled. Tyler West with 5 points now, trying to make it 6, and the Quakers have their first two possession lead since about midway through the second quarter. West misses, but still has, still put the Quakers up by 4. So now Tracy pitches back to Devine, and he's no good on the hook shot. No, I'm sorry, that was Jefferson. Excuse me. From up here, I'll tell you, Rob, up here, I don't know what you think about this, but Jefferson and Tracy, they look very much, alike from this distance. I'm sure if you saw their faces, you could tell the difference, but I mean, their hair, their complexion is about the same. One's wears number 20, the other 22. I'm sorry, Jefferson and Devine, Jefferson and Devine, 20 and 22. So easy to get them confused, but anyway, nice layup there by Jared Hufford to put the Quakers up now by 6, their biggest lead since early in the second quarter.
Hufford's played a real solid game tonight. A lot of hustle plays, couple big baskets. He's done a nice job.
Now blocked there on the move to the basket there. And now, oh, boy, that would have been big. But Hufford's pass to Brins was too low, and it goes out of bounds. Apparently off a Decatur Central player, though, because now inbounds to Kurkowski, turnaround jumper, in and out. So now a rebound by, and now pass up to McIntyre, and he drives between, and they're getting him for a charge. But yeah, from this distance, I think that that Devine and Jefferson look almost like they could be twins. So, also similar heights, 6 feet and 6'2", so 6:44 to go now. Hufford brings it up, 6-point lead over the Quakers. They've outscored, and now a steal though, gives it to Tracy, who's fouled in the act of shooting. Real good awareness. The guy who stole it, I believe it was Devine. He started to fall down, but he pitched back to Tracy, who was running toward the basket, and draws the foul.
Yeah, the back and forth in this game has been amazing so far. Every time one team has put together a run, the other one has responded. We'll see if Decatur Central can do it now.
That one is in and out, though, after 3 or 4 bounces there by Tyrone Tracy. So now 6:31 to go here in the third quarter. Tracy's second free throw is up and good. Well, I'll tell you, Rob, if this ends up being a close game, which it very well might, and Decatur Central loses, they're going to have to look at free throw shooting, but they got a steal there. So again, sloppy ball handling. McIntyre lays it in between a couple of defenders. No good. Rebound. Kurkowski pitches it up to Motter. Looks down court. Passes to West. Makes a 3 inside to Motter. Now back out to Hufford. Over to Brins. Now back out to Motter. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound by Devine. And he's brings it up himself. Dishes out to Jefferson. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Motter. Up court to Kurkowski. One man to beat, and he draws the foul. Draws the foul by Jefferson.
Well, the other thing I was going to say, Leck, is anytime it seems like the tempo has picked up, it's favored Decatur Central, but Plainfield content to try to run with them here early in the third.
Yes, and having success doing it. And Decatur Central is, I would say, they have as much speed as any team we've seen all season. They got a lot of really fast guys, and of course Tyrone Tracy. I'm familiar, with his speed from the football games, and he's showing that football toughness. Not afraid to get, even at 5'11", not afraid to get in there with the big guys. With Kurkowski at 6'7" and Brins at 6'6". So now inside to Brins. And now we got a jump ball here, possession arrow favoring Plainfield, 5:44 to go.
That was a nice pass by Hufford that time. Brins caught it a little low and couldn't get the ball back up, though.
Yeah, so it's a 4-1 margin in favor of Plainfield for this half. So now West with the ball over to Kurkowski in the right corner. Back out to Hufford, over to Motter, back to Hufford. 5:38 to go. Now Hufford dribbles back into the center circle. Now over to Motter. Takes it over to the top of the key, over to West in the corner, puts up a three, no good off the rim. Rebound by Devine. Tell you, Devine at 6 feet got that rebound over Kurkowski, who's 6'6", and now pitches over for a three-pointer, no good. Kurkowski gets the rebound though. But yeah, Devine showing a lot of athleticism there. And then he got a rebound over a guy with a 6-inch height advantage. So now pass deflected by McGowan. They're over to who was that? Wright, who draws the foul with 5:01 to go. It's going to be on Connor Brins. That's his third. Boy, they'd like to keep him out of foul trouble, so Brins very well might be sitting down now, but as of now he's staying in the game, along with West Kurkowski, Hufford, and Motter. The starting five still in the game. First free throw up and good. And again, if Decatur Central loses by a close margin, they're going to have to look at free throw shooting. They've left a lot of points on the floor tonight from the free throw line. I think as that second one goes, seems like they're hitting about 1 out of 2 on every trip down court, including that time by McIntyre, who has 4 on the game. 38-34 your score now. Plainfield leads. Motter brings it up and he trips. He gets back up and keeps possession of the ball, though. Inside, and now over to Kurkowski. Fakes a three, drives to the basket, puts up a layup. He hits it and he's fouled. So Max Kurkowski puts the Quakers up by 6. He's the game's leading scorer with 15. And at that, give a big shout out to Foxy Roxy up in Wisconsin, Max Kurkowski's aunt, one of our most loyal listeners. I'm sure she's listening tonight, as she always does, and is very proud of her nephew's outstanding performance. He has a game-high 15 now, trying to make it 16. Free throw is up, and it's good. So 16 by Kurkowski. It's a 7-point lead for Plainfield. 4:43 to go now, third quarter. Quakers have the momentum back. Will they keep it? So now Devine over to Tracy, who drives in and hits it. That's Tracy's first field goal after 3 free throws. 41-36 your score now, with Plainfield leading. Motter with the ball now just past the midcourt line, guarded by Tracy, coming off a screen by Kurkowski. Now passes over, and it's nearly stolen, but it's knocked out of bounds to Plainfield with 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Plainfield clinging to a 5-point lead. They led by 14, trailed by 6. Now they're up by 5. So now Luke Goli into the game for Plainfield. He will inbounds the ball. Throwing into Kurkowski, but it's through his hands. McGowan gets it, pitches up to McIntyre, who thinks about pulling back, but then pitches over for a three-pointer. No good by Devine. Kurkowski gets the rebound, pitches up to Motter. He throws all the way down court to Ellis. Now back to West behind the three-point line. Now inside to Kurkowski, and we got a foul. So that's going to be on Devine. That's his second. So now Kurkowski will go to the free throw line. His first free throw is up, and it is good. He swishes it. He has 17 now. He's been consistently scoring just about 15 to 20 every game. He's on pace to, get well into the 20s tonight, though, as he hits a second, giving him 18. And now Gavin Bizot, who's been relegated to the JV ball, largely relegated to JV ball in the last couple of weeks now, enters the game for the first time tonight. He's 6'9". Tallest player on either team. 7-point lead for the Quakers. Now free throw line jumper by McIntyre. No good. Rebound Bizot. Gives it over to, I believe that's Mater who brings it up. Now Bizot tries to set up a screen, but Mater runs to the other side, loses control of the ball. And it's off of his leg, out of bounds to Decatur Central. Plainfield by 7, 3:27 to go, third quarter. Tyrone Tracy brings it up. Gets it past midcourt, guarded by Gully. Gully started the season as a JV starter, worked his way up to the varsity squad now. So now you've got Devine coming in. It shoots over three players, and I'm sorry, that's Williams shooting over three players. Draws the foul. Foul on Bizot. I believe that's his first. Bizot didn't do a lot when he started on the varsity squad early in the year, then did pretty well on JV. Now he's into this varsity game now. The first free throw is up and good by Williams. He has 4 on the game now, cutting the lead to 6. And his second free throw is up, and it is good. That might be the first time that Decatur Central, hit both ends of a series of free throws all night. So the goalie with the ball now at the right perimeter, pitches over to now inside to Bizot, but it's knocked away. But I think we got a foul, and now looks like it's going to be against Decatur Central. It's going to be on McGowan. So now Bizot will go to the free throw line for his first free throw attempts of the game. First one up and no good off the back of the rim. 43-38, Plainfield down. And now penetrating move to the basket, but no good by, I believe that was Tracy. But Williams comes with the rebound over to McGowan for 3. No good off the front of the rim. And we got an over-the-back foul on the rebound attempt. That's going to be on Williams. That's his second. Already the 9th team foul of the half by Decatur Central. 2:35 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, so keep in mind it'll be double bonus the rest of the way. 10 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the game. 2 free throws with every foul for Plainfield.
So now Bryson Ellis will go to the line. He is a 6'2 senior. His first free throw is up and good. His first point of the game. Plainfield by 6 now, 44-38. The girls' team won the opener 66-18, closing out the regular season at 21-2. As Crawford hits the second free throw, he hit them both. I'm sorry, Ellis. 45-38. So now Buck with the ball at the right perimeter, over to Devine, who drives to the basket, and we got a foul there. Devine didn't score in the first quarter, and then he exploded in the second quarter, and I think he's been scoreless here in the third quarter. Been a very streaky player tonight. Probably the best college prospect in this game for either team. Now, inbounds pass, rolls around the rim and falls no good for McIntyre. Devine gets the rebound, though, showing a lot of toughness for a 6-footer. Now Tracy gets the ball, puts it up, no good now. And now Williams puts it back in and hits it and draws the foul.
Well, we mentioned that they've missed a lot of free throws tonight. Decatur Central's also missed a lot of point-blank layups. This time it worked into their favor as they were ultimately able to put it up enough that they got a hoop and the harm. Yeah,
so Williams with 7 points now. Puts up the free throw, trying to complete the three-point play. He does. So it's a 4-point game now. Decatur Central now cut the lead to 4. 45-41, 2:04 to go. Ellis brings it past the three-point line, gives it to, Motter has it, 1:55 to go in the quarter. Back to goalie. Over to Motter at the right perimeter. And now aggressive at steal attempt. Surprised there wasn't a foul there on Tracy. I thought there was quite a bit of contact there, but nevertheless, no whistle. Motter now with the ball, 1:37 to go. Guarded by Tracy. Takes it up or out to the baseline. Now gives over to goalie at the right perimeter. Now takes it past the top of the key. Pitches over on the left perimeter to Ellis. Now hands off to Motter. 1:20 to go now. Guarded by Tracy. Now dribbles back near the midcourt line. Now drives inside the three-point lane, and he draws the foul with 1:11 to go. Plainfield, seems to feel pretty good about their chances now. So that was a foul on Tyrone Tracy, his first. So Motter will go to the line now. He has 8 on the game. So it's good to see that Plainfield did not fold as Motter switches the first. It's good to see that Plainfield did not fold when they were victims of that 24-4 run, as he hits the second one too. So Keegan Motter with 10 points now, the second double-figure score for the Quakers behind Kurkowski's 18. 1:07 to go. Because I was really thinking when Decatur Central went on that 24-4 run that Plainfield would fold, but now they came back swinging, and they've got a 6-point lead now. So now inside, and now a steal there by Kurkowski, 55 seconds to go. Up to goalie. Now hands off back to Motter. Guarded by Devine. Over to goalie. Over to the right perimeter. Now takes us down to the baseline. Inside to Kurkowski, but it's stolen away by McIntyre, but he stepped on the line. And so now, now Plainfield will have the ball. Goalie sits down. Hufford comes back in now for Plainfield. 36.8 to go. Plainfield 47, Decatur Central 41. Kurkowski inbounds to Motter. Been a really wild up and down game. Motter with the ball now, 28 seconds to go. Over to West. Now back to Hufford. 20 seconds to go. Now back to Ellis. Back to Motter. 13 seconds now. Plainfield very well could hold for the last shot. 9 seconds now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Inside to Kurkowski. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. No good. And that's the end of the quarter. So 8 minutes to play here at Plainfield. Your Quakers trying to end a 3-game losing streak. They lead the visiting Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 47-41 here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Yeah, you really feel like they might have left 2 on the floor there, Alec. Plainfield had a couple of wide open looks at the basket, ultimately couldn't seal the deal, and they'll take that 6-point lead to the benches with 8 minutes left to play in the ballgame.
Yeah, after losing their lead there in the second quarter, over that awesome 24-4 run by Decatur Central over the first, second quarters, Plainfield came back to take the lead 34-32 at the half. They outscored the Hawks in the third quarter by a score of 13-9. And anyway, let's look at the rest of the schedule this season for the Quakers here. They have 3 more home dates, all boys junior varsity doubleheaders here. And we hope you'll join us for all of them. And also, or tune in here on AudioSportsOnline.com. A week from tomorrow night, they host the Shelbyville Pirates. And then, now, I'll hold that thought now. So now Jefferson with the ball over to Wright, back to Jefferson. Back over to Tracy. He trips and he never loses it, but he maintains possession. Good alertness there by Tracy. 1:40 to go, or 7:40 to go, excuse me. Now a hands off to Wright. Back to Devine, thinks about a 3. Fakes it now, moves back. Nearly loses it. Yes, he does lose it, and it's out of bounds to Plainfield with 7:30 to go. But anyway, now Ellis will rebound to Hufford in the backcourt. And he pitches up now to Keegan Motter, back to Hufford. Takes it down, and it loses control of it. It's knocked out of bounds to Plainfield, 7:18 to go. Quakers trying to close out. They've often had to play catch-up this year. It's not often they've had the lead in the fourth quarter, so they're trying to hang on to it. They know from what happened in the first and second quarters, Decatur Central does have the firepower to go on a big offensive run as the ball's knocked out of bounds again, this time to Decatur Central, provoking a lot of hostility from this crowd. Tracy now inbounds to McIntyre, 7:09 to go. McIntyre over to Devine, the team's leading scorer, averaging 19 on the season. Gives it to Tracy, over to Wright. Now back over, now three-pointer from Devine. No good, rebound Kurkowski. Pitches up to Hufford. 6:48 to go, no scoring here, over a minute into the fourth quarter. Plainfield leads 47-41. They've lost 8 of their last 9 and their last 3 coming in. Motter now with the ball in the right corner. Over to Hufford. Drives up to the free throw line, over to West. Three-pointer from the left perimeter, and he hits it.
Great ball movement by Hufford. That's about the third or fourth time tonight. His ball movement, his court awareness has resulted in points for Plainfield.
9-point lead now. That's the biggest lead since the first quarter for Plainfield. Now after a missed three-pointer, Hufford rebounds and draws the foul.
Way away from the basket, too. That's going to end up being 2 free throws for Plainfield. That's a horrible foul by Decatur Central.
Indeed it is, yes. That's pure fundamentals. And Decatur Central takes a timeout, 6:21 to go. Plainfield looking like they're going to get a win tonight, their 4th of the season. So anyway, we'll keep it right here. Anyway, so like I said, a week from tomorrow night, we'll be back here against Shelbyville, the Pirates. And then 3 weeks from tonight, February 19th, and then the next night, February 20th, we have a back-to-back. We haven't done that in quite a few weeks here. And I will tell you who the opponents are as soon. Okay, just a second here. So I got my phone back. So the schedule. So let's see. So on 3 weeks from tonight, February the 19th, we will host in the last conference game of the year. Plainfield will host the Franklin Grizzly Cubs, followed by the next day against the Lebanon Tigers. So still 3 exciting doubleheaders. The rest of the by the way, the game a week from tomorrow, I should say, it's not the usual 7:30 time. It is a 1:30 start time. So I guess we'll start the JV game at noon. Is that right, Rob?
Huh?
So the varsity game a week from tomorrow against Shelbyville is a 1:30 start time as Hufford hits the first free throw.
Really?
Yes. At least according to this website. So that would mean that the JV game would start at noon?
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess we'll need to confirm that.
That'll be our first and I guess only afternoon telecast of the year as Hufford hits them both, giving Plainfield an 11-point lead, 6:15 to go.
Wait a second. Next Saturday?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow against Shelbyville.
Huh. Okay. I'll get on that.
Yeah, that's good. So now three-pointer there at the other end, no good by Wright. Brins the rebound, 56 to go. Decatur Central feels the game slipping away. Keegan Motter now brings it up past a double team, and now he brings it back out near midcourt.
I bet they do that for the girls' sectional final.
Oh, of course. Silly me. How could I have not figured that out? All right.
And in fact, I think they've done that in the past where they've had games on that day, and they have been in the afternoon.
Okay. Now, are we going to have any more radio broadcasts, or is it just going to be all internet the rest of the year?
For Plainfield, they're all internet the rest of the year.
Okay. So I hope you all will tune in on Audio Sports Online for the rest of our exciting broadcasts. And even if you're here in person, you can listen on your mobile device. And even if you feel so inclined to watch the game again, as Motter hits them both, giving Plainfield a 13-point lead. All their games are archived permanently, so you can just listen and watch anytime you want. So now we got a whistle on the other end. We'll see what the call is.
That's a foul's going to be on Plainfield, and I believe that is the 6th team foul on the Quakers, so it'll be free throws the rest of the way. for the Hawks at Decatur Central.
Well, Rob, it's really come full circle almost, because Plainfield had that 14-point lead at 19-5. Then they went down by 6. Now they're back up by 13 again, so they've gotten nearly all the lead back.
Yeah, Decatur Central's really, as soon as you say that, they get a nice little 2-basket there. But Decatur Central's really struggled in transition this half, which is the exact opposite of last half, and they've struggled for good looks at the basket.
Yeah, Jefferson cut the lead to 11, but Decatur Central still plenty of work to do, down by 11, 5:01 to go here. Playing a tough defense, but with no shot clock, it's going to be really tough for them to come back, especially if Plainfield just keeps milking the clock. So now Motter with no, there's a steal, though, and Tracy drives to the basket, puts it up and in. So sudden 4 quick points. Tracy with 7 now, and the lead's down to single digits, 4:41 to go. You know, Weaver might want to take a timeout just to be on the safe side, just to settle his guys down and remind them, hey, you got the game. You know, but there's another steal, though, by Tracy, and he lays it up and in. So just like that, they've almost cut the lead in half from 13-7. 2 steals converted into layups in a row by Tyrone Tracy, who has 9 now. And, yes, there's that timeout I was talking about.
Well, as we have said throughout the course of the game, it's been a game of runs, and runs have really hurt Plainfield over the course of the 2015-2016 campaign.
Yeah.
And right now, a couple of unforced errors, which have also hurt the Quakers this year, have put Decatur Central back in this one, now just down 7.
Yeah, and, you know, when I said when they were down by 11 or 13 that they felt the game slipping away, they apparently didn't. I apparently was wrong. Apparently they still felt they could do it, because they never gave up. They kept playing hard, and now they're still with their, you know, Plainfield, you know, still has a fairly strong grip on this one, but Decatur Central now is within striking distance. So now coming out for the Quakers, we've got Hufford, West, Kurkowski, Ellis, and Motter. For Decatur Central, we have Jefferson, Wright, Tracy, Williams, and Devine.
Decatur Central gets pretty relentless on this press when they get going, Leck.
Yes, they do. So now West, and he falls down, and they're going to give him for a travel. I think the Plainfield fans thought he was pushed. There's quite a bit of booing there. But now Decatur Central, and Plainfield not paying attention. They're on defense, and now they've got wide open there. An easy lay-in there by Williams, who has 10 now, 54-49, so a 9-0 run by or 8-0 run, excuse me. And the now the Quakers now get Kurkowski for an easy uncontested lay-in, so he has 20 now. So Decatur Central falling asleep on defense there, and the 9-0 run ended. But boy, I'll tell you, Rob, Kurkowski unquestionably gets the game ball so many times, 4 or 5 times when Plainfield really needed him, he came through.
Yeah, it's Max has been the answer man tonight. Hufford's played a great game hustling and divvying up some points and even getting a few himself. But Max has really been the go-to guy, as he should be. He's the senior leader.
Yes, he is. So now the first free throw is up, and it is good.
It's only a 6-point game. As you said, like we've come full circle several times now in this game, it seems like.
Yeah, 6 is the current margin. So now the second free throw is up and no good. So 1 of 2 there for Tracy. He has 10 now. He's, I believe, 4 for 8 from the line. God, can you imagine if he had hit all of his free throws, it would be, I believe, a 2-point game now. So now West on the other end, inside to Brins, but now pitches it back out to Hufford, now back out to Motter, back to Hufford. 3:20 to go, 6-point lead for Plainfield. Kurkowski with the ball now in the left corner, cross court to Motter, back to Hufford. 3:12 to go, and now back to Motter.
They're really spreading the floor out here, Leck, daring Decatur Central to foul them.
Yes. So Brins now out, a 3-pointer there by Hufford, no good up front of the rim. Tracy the rebound, up court to Devine, who's been quiet in the second half, but he lays it in there. He has 13 on the game now to lead the Hawks. They cut the lead to 4.
Surprised Hufford did take that shot. That was a long way from the basket.
Yeah, that was not a good decision there. Should have milked the clock. And now miscommunication, and Motter throws it away, so Decatur Central can make it a 1-possession lead here with 2:43 to go. Boy, I'll tell you, if the Hawks were to come back and win this game, what a devastating blow that would be emotionally, what a devastating blow that would be to Plainfield. After leading first by 14, then losing the lead, coming back leading by 13 in the fourth quarter. So now Jefferson over to Devine. The leading scorer, 2:23 to go. Guarded by Motter. Takes us down to the baseline. Inside to now back out to Jefferson. Puts up a three. No good. Rebound there by Tracy. He puts it up himself, and he draws the foul.
That was an awful shot by Decatur Central, but they've hustled very well tonight. Did again that time. Picked the ball up, and now they're at the free throw line.
So that's going to be on Kurkowski. That's only his first, though. Kurkowski's a smart player. You know, when you're the best player on the team and you can get into the last 3 minutes with your first and not commit your first foul until then, that's pretty good as Tracy hits the first, bringing him to 11 on the game, making it a one-possession game for the first time, I believe, all fourth quarter. 56-53, 2:07 to go. As Tracy goes for his second, he's basically, I think, and I believe that's the first time Tracy's hit both ends all night. No, are they going to wave it off? I think they got a lane violation here.
Well, that's pretty much par for the course. It's been a weird night tonight, and this lane violation, that's a big one because it'll keep Plainfield lead at 3. Full court press now by the Hawks.
Indeed. So now Hufford brings it up inside to Brins, now over to Motter, inside to Kurkowski, now over to Motter there, who takes it back behind the three-point line, and we got a timeout by Decatur, by Plainfield, 1:54 to go. Plainfield leading 56-53.
Yeah, Jared Hufford there was getting trapped on the wing, and they decided to call a timeout rather than risk turning the ball over. Minute 54 to go in this one, and you got the feeling like this one could go either way as we come down the stretch.
It could, but I'll tell you, a big factor the rest of the way, who hits their free throws the best. Both teams, I don't know about of the season, but Decatur Central struggled from the line tonight, hitting just, I think, a little over half. Plainfield struggled from the line most of the season. It's cost them some games, at least 2, maybe 3 or 4. But 1:54 to go here. Very much up for grabs. And certainly quite different from the opener that we saw, in which there was almost no doubt from midway through the first quarter as Plainfield, number 9 in the state in the girls' game, rolled to a 66-18 victory. That could have been a lot worse than that.
Well, this is big for Plainfield. Last couple times down, it seems like they tried to stretch the floor, and then they've made either an ill-advised mistake or an ill-advised shot, and got nothing out of it. So we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, so Kurkowski now with the ball, guarded by, and now we got a foul here against Wright.
Gary Wright.
Yeah, Gary Wright, yeah.
The Dreamweaver.
That's right, yeah. We'll see if he's a Dreamweaver for the Hawks tonight. And so now Max Kurkowski, misses the first free throw off the front of the rim.
Free throws have been a real bugaboo all year long, Leck, for Plainfield at times. And, boy, I'll tell you what, they really need to step up and make these. Missed them both.
Yeah, that one bounced 3 times at least, but didn't go. So now Decatur Central can tie with the 3, cut it to 1 with the 2. 1:41 to go, 56-53 your score. So on Tracy has it. He's scored 11 on the game. And now Decatur Central now inside to Wright there, over back to Jefferson, over to Tracy there. Dribbles over, and now it takes it inside, puts it up, and he hits it.
Boy,
but he's hurt.
Yeah, it was a very acrobatic play, and the timeout's going to be called by no, they're going to call a stoppage of play due to the apparent injury, although he is up and walking around. So
just looked like he's a little shocked there by the way he hit the ground, but nevertheless cuts the lead to 1. So we got a barn burner of a finish now in every way, except, of course, for literally. Anyway, so Motter with the ball over to Hufford, 1:10 to go. Triple teamed now up to West in the front court now, and they, I think the Decatur Central was calling for a travel, but they didn't get it. Motter with the ball, a minute to go.
You would think if they're going to foul, it's going to be Brins or Kurkowski, although weirdly they foul Hufford.
So we'll see what happens. Boy, I hear a lot of booing coming from the Decatur Central side of the court.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to foul him, Leck, because that doesn't make any sense when you got Kurkowski and Brins, who have struggled at times this year from the free throw line.
Well, we'll see how Hufford does. His first is up, and it is good. He swishes it. 2-point lead now.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to foul him.
Hufford with 7 now. His second free throw is up, and it is good. So 56.5 seconds to go. Plainfield by 3. That should be noted that Plainfield, and Decatur Central are both in Class A, the highest class in the state. Plainfield's 3 victories up to this point have all come against lower division teams. So this will be their first victory over a 4A team all year. So now Tracy with the ball over, and now three-pointer there, in and out by Devine. Now he throws all the way to an uncontested Ritter, who puts it up, and he hits it! 5-point Plainfield lead, 30 seconds to go. Ritter with his first points of the game. Jefferson at the other end of the court, and I just spit on myself in excitement. And now Devine no good on a bank shot, and now they're going to have to foul Kurkowski immediately, and they do. 19 seconds to go. And now we've got an injury now. We got Motter holding his shin. He's down. He appears to be in pain. He's rolling around. He's holding his right shin. But, things starting to unravel for Decatur Central there in the end. They had a complete lapse getting back on defense there. That it paved the way for Gavin Ritter, the wide receiver from the football team, who's played JV ball a lot of this year, to get his first points of the game. And
he was in the right place at the right time.
And a Decatur Central defender nearly got down in time to block the shot. And now Amater is limping off the court. I believe there's a Plainfield personnel on each side of him, but I believe he is walking on his own power. I can't tell for sure from my vantage. Yes, he is walking on his own power. So 60-55, 14 seconds to go. Kurkowski going to the line. If he hits both of these, that's practically over because that would be a 3-possession lead. The best case scenario is if he misses both of them, but even if he hits one, Decatur Central would have to, go down and hit a 3 immediately and then get the ball back. Kurkowski's first is up, and it is good. He has 21 now, leading all scorers. 61-55 your score now. His second is up, and it is good. So that should do it. So Decatur Central now, Tracy brings it up. 16 seconds to go. 3-pointer up. No good. And also, I think there's going to be a foul on McIntyre because he going for the ball. He grabbed onto the rim, which you cannot do. So that's going to be a technical foul. So now Kurkowski goes back to the line. 62-55, and basically the only thing to be determined now is the final score. So Plainfield will get its first win of the season against as Kurkowski misses the first. Plainfield will get its first win of the season over a Class 4A opponent. They previously beat Class 2A Monrovia, Class 3A Batesville, and then Class 3A Northview, as Kurkowski misses both of them. But certainly it's disappointing, but, he inbounds the ball nevertheless, and now Hufford is fouled with 10.2 seconds to go. So the Quakers dodge a bullet as Hufford goes to the free throw line, and they will get their 4th win of the season compared with 11 losses. So it's a clean sweep tonight over Decatur Central in this doubleheader here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Yeah, it's a nice win for Plainfield, one they definitely needed, and as Hufford nails the first.
Yeah, and Decatur Central not a marquee team, but, to be in Class 4A and be 7-9, they're certainly a respectable team. Certainly a team that's, on the way up as Hufford hits both of them, bringing him to 10 on the game. So 8 seconds left now. And now a three-pointer there. No good off the back of the rim. That should do it. And it does. So there we go. There's the buzzer. Your Plainfield Quakers get their 4th win of the season, break a 3-game losing streak with a 64-55 win over the arch rival and conference rival Decatur Central Hawks here on AudioSportsOnline.com. We'll be back with the final recap after these words from our sponsors.
Plainfield is the area's leading Mexican restaurant, serving Plainfield, Indy, and Avon since 2013. They specialize in Mexican food, guacamole, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, tacos, cheese dip, fried ice cream, and much more. For all your Mexican food needs, visit El Cerrito in Plainfield. Impact Restoration, your hometown restoration company for all of your fire, flood, wind, and hail damage repair needs. Call 268-6375 for more information. It's time for Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dan Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in-home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebra fish and all cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. Raymond's Alignment Service, Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair since 1995. 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield. Their phone number is 838-7112. Stoops Buick and GMC in Plainfield, where doing business is simply awesome. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes, remodeling, and insurance repairs while exceeding clients' expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Call 839-8353 for more information. Wings, etc. Great wings? Sure. But wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop by our location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger. You'll get a great big taste of what the etc. in Wings, etc. is all about. Or call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today.
Well, back here at Plainfield for a final time tonight, where we've had probably the best day of Plainfield basketball collectively this season. In the first game of this boys-girls doubleheader, the 9th-ranked Lady Quakers destroyed the Decatur Central Lady Hawks by a score of 66-18 on Senior Day, where Kaya Farrell and Kendall Spears were honored. And then in the second game, the boys team broke a 3-game losing streak, won for only the second time in its last 10 games and only the 4th time this season, beating Decatur Central in a barn burner by a final score of 64-55. It was a game of wild momentum swings, and like I said, a barn burner in every sense of the word, except, of course, literally. Decatur Central jumped off to a 19-5 lead before a 24-4 run by Decatur Central put the Hawks up by 4. Then in the second half, Decatur Central came back strong after a 2-point lead at the half. They ended up leading by 13 before Decatur Central cut the lead down to, I believe, 1 or 2 before it ended up being 7 after a late collapse by ended up being 9 for the final margin after a late collapse by the Hawks. Anyway, let's look at the scoring. First of all, for your victorious Decatur Central Hawks, Max Krakowski, as usual, I believe in every as been the case in every game this season, was the leading scorer. He had 22. Jared Hufford also hit double figures with 10, followed by Keegan Motter with 8, Tyler West with 8, Connor Brins with 6, Bryce Crawford with 2, Bryson Ellis with 2, and Gavin Redder with 2. For the Decatur Central Hawks, leading scorer Antoine Devine had only 13, 6 below his average, and I believe all but 2 came in the second quarter. Tyrone Tracy also had 13, Curry Williams 10, Damani McIntyre 4, Bryce Jefferson 4, Connor Buck 7, Matt McGowan 2, and Gary Wright 2. So your Plainfield Quakers improved to 4-11 on this season. For the boys team, the girls team ends the regular season at 21-2, heading into Tuesday's sectional opener at 6 o'clock at Brownsburg against Mooresville. While the Decatur Central girls fall to 6-16, and the Decatur Central boys fall to 7 and 10. So anyway, we invite you to join us for the after tonight. Decatur Plainfield's off for a full week, and then they return to action a week from tomorrow, right back here at Plainfield for boys varsity, junior varsity doubleheader at the unusual start time of 12 p.m. noon. So I hope you all will get out here for that one and or tune in. And then they close out the season at home 3 weeks from tonight and tomorrow night, February 19th against Franklin and February 20th against Lebanon.
Well, Leck, let's wrap it up. Again, a nice win for Plainfield tonight. Before we say goodbye, get your closing thoughts on tonight's game.
Well, they needed it. They've had, so many tough breaks this year. They generally, even in their worst losses, they generally haven't been blown out. I think their typical losses have been 10, 15 points. But, they've often, started a week and had to play from behind. Today they started very strong. They, let it slip away, but then they came back, fighting and, relentlessly back in, ahead with about a 19-point swing after it was a 19-point swing after they had that 6-point deficit to get up back by 13. So, it's got to be a great confidence builder to know that they can come back. They do need to, I hope that they learn from that 24-4 slide that they can't ever, take, the foot off the accelerator. They have to play hard, and play mentally strong the whole day. They did have, a few mental lapses that helped Decatur Central back in the game, especially in the fourth quarter when Tracy had those 2 consecutive steals that he converted into uncontested layups. So if they just, play hard, take care of the basketball the rest of the year, and especially if they improve their free throw shooting, they have several more games this year that are winnable, and, maybe they can, pull off an upset or two in the tournament.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. For Leck Zorn, thank you, Delek, for doing an outstanding job on the play-by-play. Absolutely great job for both games. Plainfield takes the sweep in the doubleheader. For Leck Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great evening.
Good night.